Hello, once again, Mammoth Heights Elementary, back here for another edition of a little presentation I've put together to really highlight our orientation week here at Mammoth Heights in regards to hybrid learning. Our orientation week is next week, which is August 17 through the 21st of 2020. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of changes and different procedures for this school year, and I hope this presentation gives you some insight into how this week will be run. First of all, the overarching goals for hybrid orientation week are as such. Our class sizes are half of a normal cohort, which is why you received an email at the beginning of this week in terms of cohort A1 or A2 or B1 or B2. And I will explain what those ones and twos mean here in a few more slides from now. But being in cohort A or B is going to be when we start our normal routine for hybrid learning. Your A1 and A2 designation comes in handy for this orientation week. We want our students to get acclimated and comfortable with their new teacher and their classroom surroundings. We want to give them the opportunity to organize their personal space with their own supplies. Our students are going to learn all the new guidelines and procedures specific to this new and very much different school year. We also want to reinforce and practice these new routines to enhance our safe, secure, and most importantly, fun school learning environment. It's going to be an opportunity to our teachers to do some team building with our students. We're also going to be teaching technology protocols and ensure that every student has access to a device moving forward. And of course, we want to get our kids in school safely and get our kids home safely within these new guidelines and procedures. So before you arrive, make sure you take your child's temperature at home. If a fever is measured at 100 or above, please keep your child at home. Label all of your child's school supplies with his or her name, because supplies will not be communal, but they will be used specifically for your child. And if we find supplies without names, we are going to be kind of forced to just have to dispose of those supplies because we don't want to give supplies to a student that don't belong to them. And don't forget to bring your child's mask. This is a requirement that our children at Mammoth Heights and across the district are wearing masks. Please have your child come to school wearing a name tag or sticker indicating their first name and their teacher name. Now, I'm asking for name tags so they're visible. If you don't have access to like a sticker or a name tag where we can see that child's name and teacher for this school year, even a piece of paper that they can hold in their hand. If you're nervous about your child finding the right place to go in this new school year, we're going to have a whole system set in place with a lot of our teachers, such as specialists and special ed. These are teachers that really know our kids. But having a name tag will help us to ensure that your kids feel safe, that you feel safe knowing they're walking into our building and going to be taken care of. And you know what? Before you arrive, it's a brand new school year. Let's bring the excitement. Oh yeah, and don't forget your cohort when you come to school, because orientation week is a little bit different. For grades 1 through 6, if you are A1, you're coming to school, normal hours, Monday only. If you're B1, you're coming to school on Tuesday, normal hours, and that would be the only day you show up next week. If you're A2, you're Wednesday, normal school hours, all day, but that's the only day you'll be coming to school next week. And if you're B2, you guessed it, you're coming on Thursday. That'll be your only day for your child or your children to come to school, but those will be normal school hours. So when you arrive to school, our car line will operate as normal. Early arrivals. In the past, we would have early arrivals, especially for the first day of school, and we're congregating near the front entrance, and we can't have that happen this year with COVID considerations and CDC guidelines and recommendations. So we will be asking our early arrivals to social distance and wear masks in the designated section within the grassy area by the garden and the portable until our doors open at 8:25. Our front entrance, we're going to be roping it off to ensure that we avoid any mass congregations of students and parents. So we'll be asking you guys to hang out in the grassy area by the garden between the pool and the school. Students may only enter through our main campus doors located near the flagpole. And I will be out there to invite all early arrivals by cohorts as soon as our doors open at 8:25. No parents are allowed to enter our campus due to COVID safety considerations. That's the biggest change that we're all going to have to get used to, which once again is why we're asking for name tags or stickers or a piece of paper designating your child and teacher. Those name tags will help. So once again, I'm going to stress this, and you'll see this in newsletters coming up. Please have your child come to school wearing a name tag or a sticker or just bringing a piece of paper with your child's first name and teacher, because we will have many staff members at the ready near the front of our school inside the doors. They're all going to be equipped with a class roster to help navigate any student who is unsure of where to go. I do anticipate this being more of a first, second, and maybe third grade situation where those students may not necessarily know where to go. Our fourth, fifth, and sixth graders are pretty familiar with our campus, but of course, if you're brand new and you're in fifth grade, that student's going to not understand exactly where to go on his or her new campus. But we're going to be there for every student who needs an escort to their classroom. And those teachers will be waiting for them at the door to welcome them into the classroom. There's a good chance, we're still going to recognize your child. Even if they're wearing a name tag, there's a very good chance we'll recognize them while they're wearing a mask. It might be a little more difficult, but we do feel like name tags, stickers, or any kind of identification piece of paper that you can hand to anybody in the front of our foyer so we can get them to the right place. Those name tags will certainly help us move everyone to where they need to go smoothly and safely. Now, kindergarten is a little bit different. Kindergarten, we have something called balanced beginnings. So if you're a kindergarten parent, please listen up. Kindergarten parents, if you haven't already, you're going to sign up for a 1 2-hour slot this week of hybrid orientation. You have either signed up for a 9 to 11 a.m. slot or a 1 to 3 p.m. slot. So there, with those time frames, there will be no lunch served for our kindergarten students during balanced beginnings. Your classroom teacher should have already contacted you on how to sign up, but if not, please call our front office. We'll take care of you. Our kindergarten parents have the ability to walk their student up the exterior door of each kindergarten classroom, and they'll be greeted there by their teachers. Now, we are so lucky here at Mammoth Heights to have this ability for our newest learners and our newest families who have kindergartners. You'll be able to deliver your student right to the exterior door of each individual kindergarten classroom that your student is assigned to. So you're going to have the opportunity to maybe just see your kid walk from your hand right into your teacher's hand. And I think that'll also give you a lot of reassurance that your kiddo's in the right spot with the right teacher. And you're going to have, our campus should be cleared out by 9 a.m. for you guys to have a lot of comfort and safety knowing your kids are in the right place at the right time with the right teacher. We're very lucky to have that here at Mammoth Heights on how our kindergarten classrooms are set up. And it's working out great with these new considerations that we have to accommodate for when there's no parents allowed in the building. But you're going to get as close as you can in kindergarten as possible. And then kindergarten parents, make sure you pick up your student at the completion of your scheduled 2-hour block outside that same exterior door. Your kindergarten teacher will be waiting and ready for you. And what does Friday look like? Well, Friday is going to still be online. It's going to be a normal schedule. Even though you're coming to school 1 day a week, our Friday will be an online learning opportunity, as it will be during and throughout this hybrid model. Your child's teacher will schedule an online interaction with both cohorts A and B virtually to check in on your child, get feedback on the week that just took place, and other grade level planned activities in order to set the schedule of what Fridays will look like in this hybrid model. I also want to take this opportunity to welcome and introduce the newest members of our MHE family. First of all, we're really excited to have Mr. BURLEIGH, our new 4th grade teacher. He comes to us from Frontier Valley Elementary. He's a new dad, and he proudly served in our U.S. military in his past, and he lives in Parker. Super excited to have him on board here at Mammoth Heights Elementary. Brings a lot of energy. We're excited about that. Miss TREMAYNE is our new school psychologist. And, well, I'm not as excited about this one because, unfortunately, she's an Ohio State fan. That's just me talking. But she's a very proud Ohio State fan, and we're already giving each other a little back and forth between the Michigan and Ohio State rivalry. She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to Mammoth Heights Elementary, and we share her with Pine Lane, just like we do with Miss Campbell. Miss Garja is our new 3rd grade teacher. She's a Michigan native. She graduated from Michigan State University. And when I was a principal in the state of Michigan, whenever I had the opportunity to hire teachers who have gone through the education program at Michigan State University, they were amazing and they were very, very well prepared for their first classroom. And that's hard for me to say as a Michigan fan, but she's a proud Michigan State University Spartan, and she's living her dream of moving to Colorado. Mrs. Knight is also new in our 3rd grade. She's been a part of our MHE family. She even has kids here for many years. She loves MHEs, willing to do anything for the MHE family. She brings great experience from teaching many different levels throughout her career. Mrs. Johns is our new gifted and talented teacher. She has a strong background and education in special ed. She is also, just like me, a graduate of Hope College in Helen, Michigan. Go Flying Dutchman, that is our mascot. Believe it or not, we are the Flying Dutch. She believes in setting individual goals with student collaboration. She's also a new mom, and she's the only one here at Mammoth Heights who can say what Mr. H was like his very first year ever as a principal at Woodside Elementary in Michigan, because she was a staff member at Woodside Elementary my first year ever as a principal. It's kind of cool that we have reconnected here back in Colorado. Mrs. ZITEK is our new English language learners teacher. She comes to us from Fox Creek Elementary. She's a former 1st grade teacher. She's an adventure seeker. She's been on many great vacations and had some great experiences in different countries. She's excited to be starting a new family of her own. Mrs. Terry is our new speech and language pathologist. She comes to us from our pre-K department right here at MHE. So she has some familiarity with a lot of our students that have come through the pre-K system and are now in our K through 6 system here at Mammoth Heights. She has over 4 years experience in SLP work between Cherry Creek and Douglas County Schools. She completed her undergrad at CSU, and she loves to ski. Mrs. Florence is one of our brand new kindergarten teachers, but she's not brand new to Mammoth Heights. Some of you may recognize her because she was formerly known as Miss Clark, and she also comes to us from our pre-K department here at Mammoth Heights Elementary. She has extensive background in special education, and she is super excited to be joining the kindergarten ranks here at Mammoth Heights Elementary. What a blessing it is to have somebody in kindergarten who knows many of our kids that came through our pre-K program here at Mammoth Heights. And finally, we have Mrs. HELTEMES, our new kindergarten teacher. She comes to MHE from Weld County, where she has a few years under her belt as a kindergarten teacher. She's also a DCSD alum. She recently moved back to the area, to Aurora, and she brings that great experience here to Mammoth Heights. And in our conversations over the summer in the hiring process, she knew in her heart that Mammoth Heights would be her school to call home. So I think that's pretty cool. So with that, Mammoth Heights Elementary, I hope this answers some of your questions on what orientation week will look like. It'll look different for kindergarten. It'll look different for our normal hybrid routine, as you guys are only coming to school 1 day a week, whether you're A1, A2, B1, or B2. Fridays, we'll start easing into the online learning aspect of the hybrid model and what that looks like on Fridays. But overall, we just want to make sure our kids get here, have fun, get familiar with the routines, and get home safely within this hybrid model. And within this orientation week, we'll have even less kids on campus. And I'm excited for our teachers to really build those personal, positive relationships with all of our students so that we can get this hybrid learning year off to a fantastic start. I know we will. We're going to bring the Mammoth Heights positivity and energy that only we can. And I want to thank you all out there in our Mammoth Heights community for choosing Mammoth Heights. I know there's lots of choices out there, even more now with e-learning and homeschooling. All great options. But thank you for choosing Mammoth Heights, and we're going to make it a great year. Thank you very much. Have a great day and have a great weekend.